must be distinctly understood. Nothing wonderful can come of the story we're about to relate.
Scrooge knew he was dead.
Of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years. Scrooge was the sole executive, sole administrator, sole assigned, sole legatee, sole friend, and sole mourner. But even Scrooge was not so dreadfully cut up by the sad event that he was an excellent man of business, and on the very day of the funeral, solemnized it with an undoubted bargain.
Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it hung, years after, Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people new to the business would call Scrooge Scrooge, and sometimes they would call him Marley, but he answered to both names. It made no difference to him.
Ah, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as steel, from which no generous fire was ever struck out. Secret, self-contained, solitary as an old oyster. The cold within him froze his own features, nipped at his pointy nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, turned his eyes red as thin lips blue, spoke out shrewdly through his grating voice. Scrooge carried his low temperature with him, iced his office on the dog days, and thought it not 1 degree at Christmas.
Nobody stopped him on the streets to say, "My dear Scrooge, how are you?"
Ah, no.
No beggars asked him to bestow a trifle. No children asked him what it was o'clock.
No.
No man or woman ever once in all of his life barred the way to thus and thus a place of Scrooge.
No.
Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. It was cold, bleak, biting weather, foggy withal, and he could hear the people in the court outside go wheezing up and down, beating their hands upon their breasts, and stamping their feet upon the pavement stones to keep them warm. The city clocks had just gone 3. There was a dark day already.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge!
Bah, humbug.
Oh, Christmas, a humbug. Surely you don't mean that, Uncle.
I do. What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What reason you to be so dismal? You're rich enough?
Bah, humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in a world of fools such as this? Merry Christmas, out upon Merry Christmas. But it's Christmas time for you, a time for paying bills with no money. A time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer. A time for balancing your books and finding every item presenting itself dead against you. Merry Christmas. I can work my will. Every idiot that goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his arm.
Uncle.
Nephew! You keep Christmas in your way, let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
And let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you. Much good it has ever done you.
There are many things from which I might have derived good, by which I have not profited. Christmas among the rest. I believe Christmas is a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time where men and women seem to open their shut-up hearts freely and to truly think of other people as fellow passengers to the grave. Therefore, Uncle, though it does not put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe it has done me good, will do me good, and I say, God bless it!
Let me hear another sound from you, and you shall keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. Wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, join us for dinner tomorrow. Why? Why, Uncle?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle. You never came to see me before that. Why give it as a reason now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
Well, I'm so sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. But I'll keep my Christmas humor to last. So, Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon. There's another one. The clerk. 15 shillings a week for wife and family. And he talks about Merry Christmas. Oh, I'll retire to Bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
Well, we have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we make some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at the present time. You see, thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses? Are they still in operation?
They are.
Still, I wish I could say they were not.
And the treadmill, the poor law?
Both very busy, sir.
Glad to hear it.
But, sir, they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind and body to the multitude. A few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the course in meat and drink and means of warmth. We choose this time because it is a time of all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
So what shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain anonymous, escortedly?
I wish to be left alone. You asked me what I wish, and that is my answer. I do not make myself merry at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments I've mentioned. They cost enough. Those who are badly off must go there.
But, sir, many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they had rather die, they better do it. Decreasing the surplus population. Besides, it's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business without interfering with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon.
Fog and darkness thickened, so that people scurried about with blazing lanterns, offering their services to go ahead of horses and carriages and conduct them on their way. The cold became intense, foggier yet, and colder.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings
Christmas carols, bah!
At length, the hour of shutting of the counting house had arrived.
You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. It's not fair. That if I stop you half a crown for it, you consider yourself ill-used, I'll be back.
Yes, sir.
But you don't consider me ill-used when I pay a day's wage for no work.
It is only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 20th of December. Well, I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Yes, sir. I promise.
melancholy tavern, having read all the melancholy newspapers and beguiling away the night in his baker's book, returned home to bed. The yard was so dark that Scrooge knew its every stone to grasp with his hand.
Now, it was a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knock on his door, except that it was very large. And did not any man explain to me, if he can, how it happened that Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, not a knocker, but
Scrooge stared fixedly at this phenomenon. It was a knocker again.
he fastened the door, and walked across the hall and up the stairs. Before he shut his heavy door, he walked through his rooms to make sure all was right. He had just enough recollection of the face to desire to do so.
Sitting room. Bedroom.
All as they should be.
Nobody in the closet. Nobody under the bed.
Nobody in his dressing gown.
Quite satisfied, Scrooge locked himself in, which was not his custom. Thus secured against surprise, he took off his cravat and put on his nightgown and nightcap and his slippers, and settled himself in for winter's rest.
Humbug.
As he threw his head back in his bed, his glance happened to rest upon a bell. As he looked, he saw this bell begin to swing. It swung so softly in the outset that it scarcely made a sound. And soon it rang out loud, so did every other bell in the house.
Scrooge remembered then that ghosts in haunted houses were described as dragging chains.
Humbug. I won't believe it.
pass into the room before his eyes. The same face, the very same.
Marley?
This is so cool!
The chain he drew was clasped round his middle. It was long and made of cash boxes, keys, ledgers, deeds, and heavy purses wrought in steel.
How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe in me?
I do not.
What evidence would you require beyond that of your own senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. Why, you may be an undigested bit of beef, a lot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. More gravy than a grave about you, whatever you are. Dreadful apparition! Why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do, I must, but why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man, the spirit within him, to walk amongst his fellow men and travel far and far. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death.
But you are fettered. Tell me why.
I were the chains I forged in life. I made them link by link, and yard by yard. Is their pattern strange to you? Or would you know that every length and weight of the long toil you bear yourself? It is a ponderous chain!
Oh, Jacob! Speak comforts to me!
I have none to give. They cannot rest, cannot stay, cannot linger anywhere. In life, my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole.
But you were always a good man of business.
Business! Mankind was my business! Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business! This time of year, I suffer most. But why? I walk amongst my fellow men with my eyes turned down, never raising them to look upon that blessed star which led the wise men to a stable. Were there no poor houses to which it could have conducted me? Hear me! My time is almost gone.
I will, Jacob. Don't be hard upon me.
I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day. And I am here tonight to warn you that there is as yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate. A chance and hope arranged by me, Ebenezer.
You were always a good friend.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I take them all at once and have it over?
Expect the second the next night, at the same time! on the next night, when the last chime of midnight ceases to vibrate. Look to see me no more, but for your own sake, Ebenezer, remember what has passed between us.
Scrooge became sensible of confused noises in the air, incoherent sounds of lamentation and regret. The air was filled with phantoms, all of them bound in chains like Marley's ghosts. The misery with them, always, they sought to interfere for good in human affairs, but lost that power forever.
And whether from the emotions he had undergone, the lateness of the hour, or his glimpse of the invisible world, or the dull conversation with the ghost, Scrooge, being much needed rest, went straight to bed without undressing, and fell instantly asleep.
Scrooge awoke. It was so dark, he could scarcely tell his transparent window from the opaque walls of his room. The hour itself.
Are you the spirit coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
Your past.
What business brings you here?
You're welcome.
Much obliged. It seems to me an uninterrupted night of rest would be far more conducive to that end.
Your reclamation then. Take heed, rise, and walk with me.
I am mortal, liable to fall.
There. But a touch of my hand, and you shall be a belt, and more than this.
The words were spoken. They passed through the wall and stood upon an open country road with fields on either hand. The city had entirely vanished. Darkness and mist had vanished with it. It was a clear, cold winter's morning, with snow upon the ground.
I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
Scrooge was conscious of 1,000 odors floating in the air, each one connected to 1,000 thoughts and joys and hopes and cares, long, long forgotten.
Your lip is trembling, and the lump on your cheek.
Nothing. Lead me where you will, spirit.
Do you recollect the way?
Remember it? I can walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Let us go on.
They walked along the road, Scrooge recognizing every gate, post, and tree, until a little market town appeared in the distance, with its bridges, church, and winding river. Some shaggy ponies were now seen trotting towards them, with boys upon their backs, and called out to one another.
Ho, Robert! Ho, James!
These are but shadows of things that have been. They have no consciousness of us.
Why was Scrooge rejoiced beyond all bounds to see them, and hear them wish each other Merry Christmas? What was Merry Christmas to Scrooge? Would it have ended up to him?
Hey, wait!
They left the high road by a well-remembered lane, and soon approached the mansion of dull red brick. They went, Ghost and Scrooge, to a long, bare, melancholy room, made barer still by lines of plain desks At one of these, a lonely boy was sitting reading near a feeble fire.
Why, it's Ali Baba! Good old honest Ali Baba! One Christmas time, when this solitary child was left here all alone, Ali Baba came for the first time. He did. He did. Poor boy. Poor boy. Robinson Crusoe! Oh, and the parrot. Poor Robin Crusoe. That's what he called him. Robin Crusoe. After he came back home after sailing around the island.
All right, Crusoe. Where have you been?
Robin Crusoe! Poor boy. Wish. It's too late. Too late.
What is the matter?
Nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should like to have given him something, that's all.
Let us see another Christmas.
The room became a little darker, more dirty. The panels shrank, windows cracked, some plaster fell from the ceiling. There he was, alone again, when all the other boys had gone home for the jolly holidays.
Dear brother, I've come to bring you home, dear brother. Oh, to bring you home, home, home.
Home?
Yes, home for good and all. Home forever and ever. Oh, Father's so much kinder than he used to be that home's like heaven now. He spoke so gently to me one night while I was going to bed that I was not afraid to ask him once more if you should come home, and he said, yes, you should. And he sent me in a coach to bring you, and you're never to come back here. We're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in the world.
Oh, you're quite a little woman, Fan.
Always another creature. My breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
So she did.
She died a young woman, and had, as I think, children?
One child.
True. Your nephew.
Yeah.
They were now in the busy thoroughfares of the city. Here, too, it was Christmas time again. It was evening. The streets were lighted up.
Do you know this warehouse in Linden's house?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Old Fezziwig, bless his heart. Old Fezziwig alive again.
Yo, hold there. Ebenezer, Dick. Hold me, boys. No more word tonight. Christmas Eve, Dick. Christmas, Ebenezer. Now, let's have those shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson.
You wouldn't believe how those two fellows went at it. They ran out in the streets with the shutters. 1, 2, 3. Had them up in their places. 4, 5, 6. Barred them and pinned them. 7, 8, 9. And were back before you could count to 12, panting like racehorses.
Oh, they're away, my lad. Let's have lots of room here. There you go, Dick. Cheer up, Ebenezer.
And it was done in a minute.
Every movable thing was packed off, as if it were dismissed from public life forevermore. There were Christmas trees, there were Chinese lanterns, and candles, and a Yule log.
In came Mrs. Fezziwig, and the 3 Miss Fezziwigs, beaming and lovable, and the 6 young men whose hearts they broke.
In came all the young men and women employed in the business. The housemaid, the baker, the cook, even the milkman.
There were dances, and there were games.
toasts and mince pies, and plenty of beer. But the great effect of the evening came after the roasted cakes, when the fiddler struck up Sir Roger de Coverley. Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig took their stations on either side of the door, shaking hands with everyone and wishing them a Merry Christmas.
Do we know her?
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Merry Christmas, Ebenezer. Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why is it not? He spent but a few pounds of your mortal money, 3 or 4 perhaps, and it's so much that he deserves his praise.
Isn't that spirit? He had the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or toil. Why, the happiness he gives is as great as if it cost him a fortune.
What is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a word or two with my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Look.
Again, Scrooge saw himself. He was older now, a man in the prime of life. His face had not the harsh and rigid lines of later years, but had begun to show the signs of care, avarice. There was an eager, greedy, restless look to the eye that betrayed the passion that had taken root.
Matters to you little, very little. Another idol has replaced me. And if it can cheer and comfort you, in time to come as I will try to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty, and nothing that it condemns with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. I've seen your noble aspirations fall off one by one, until the master passion of greed engrossed you. Have I not?
So what then? Even if I have become so much wiser, I am not changed towards you? Am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor, and content to be so, until in good season we could improve our world fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you you are not what you were. I am. That which promised happiness. When we were in one heart. It's fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words? No. Never.
In what then?
In a changed nature. In an altered spirit. In everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me. Would you seek me out and try to win me now? No.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I believe that you would choose a poor girl? You who weighs everything by gain, or choosing her, if for a moment you were false enough to a one-guided principle to do so. Do I not know that your repentance and regret would surely follow? I do, and I release you. You may have pain in this. The memory of what is past half makes me hope you will. But a very, very brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly, as an unprofitable dream, from which it happened well that you awoke. May you be happy in the life you have chosen.